Good morning. It's like 7:30, 8ish, and I actually got a job to do on my forge. I gotta make a meat hook, but the guy wants a big heavy sucker, so he gave me this piece of rod, and I gotta make one of these out of this. So, first thing, I already got the forge cleaned out. I took a couple old lug bolts and welded down there. That's sort of a grate. That works good enough for now. First things first, gotta split up a bunch of kindling, and we'll be back in a little bit as soon as I'm done with that, and we'll get the forge going. And your next step, take a bunch of newspaper, jam it in there. You probably know all about starting a wood fire, so that ain't no big deal. And then we're just gonna take our kindling and stick in there. This is poplar I'm using. This stuff lights up real quick and it'll get the coal going. So yeah, next step is lighting her up, and I want to get to that pretty soon because it's kind of chilly out here. I want to keep my hands warm. Okay then. Alright, there we go. Let's light her up. Hopefully the lighter will cooperate. There we are. A little windy out today too. Got one little spot going. There's two. Alright. Now, once that paper gets going, I'll give it just a little bit of air, and that'll get poplar going. Poplar don't really need air, but I want it to get going quick. Then you just, once you get your wood going real good, you start throwing a little bit of coal on there. Did that go out? That one spot did. Oh, burn, baby. Oh, even that little bit's nice. Okay, well, I'm sure you've seen frickin' fires taking off. Well, alright, let's give it just a little bit of air now. You don't want to go crazy with it, otherwise it'll just blow all your paper and stuff right out of there, and that's no good. Oh yeah, it'll take off. Oh yeah, that's nice. Beautiful. Burn, baby, burn. And once you get the forge in, of course, that'll help keep you warm. Let's move this to a better spot. All right, there you go. Right down there, there's the anvil. I need a better stand for it, but it works for now. So, as long as I got that, I'll probably won't build one. Let me see if I can straighten the world up a little bit for you. There we go. That's a little better. Alright. Yeah, you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it, but that poplar's already snapping. And that's a good sign that it's taken off. And there's my kitty. Hi, Buzz. Kitty, 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 kitty. There she is. Hey, Buzz. She's a weirdo. And I'll rub my belly. Yeah, I'll rub your belly. Oh, my battery's going dead. Alright, well, there's the wood fire taking off. I'll bring it back on when I change my batteries and I start throwing the coal in. Okay, so now that poplar's taken off pretty good, I'm going to start throwing some coal on. Now it'll start smoking. That's just a little bit of stuff I had left over that didn't quite burn. Now we got a good bucket. This is nut coal here. Looks like I'm smothering it, but I'm not. Trust me, I can get all the air I need to with this. There. Just jam it down in there is pretty much what I do. You might have a different way, but this is what works for me. I get a little more air. Alright, we're back. Neighbor came by and dropped off the paper. I don't like recording people without them knowing about it, so. But hey, you can see the flame coming out of there. So far that's mostly wood, but the coal is taking off. I'll get you a good picture of that, but well, there's my one video where I had this thing burning, and that was nothing but a coal fire. But we'll show you what it looks like in the daytime now. So, till then, one thing, you old heads might know about it, but if you're just starting out playing with this stuff, when you start putting the coal in, that's when you got to watch your eyes, because you got a good fire going, and that coal will start splitting and popping and throwing little pieces of it all over the place. And it's hot, so you don't want that to get in your eyes or even on you, because it burns. But that coal is starting to take off, and the wood is getting burned up, so I'm going to throw a little more on there. We'll get a good coal fire going. Hear that nice, right crispy sound. That's the coal splitting apart, little flakes of it coming off. But you can see down in there, we got light, and it is going. But yeah, once I get her going good, I'll turn the camera back on. Alright, now we are getting there. If you look over in here, you can just barely make out some flame. If it were dark, you would see kind of lazy blue flame all crawling over the top of this thing. That little bit of flame there, that's a piece of wood. And my blower died. What the heck, this thing's had a wild hair up its ass for a while now. Been using it for years. That's nothing but an old treadmill setup. I think it's kind of, well, it's not meant to do this, but that motor shouldn't care. But I'm sure it's outlived its manufacturer's expectancy. Well, life expectancy, whatever the hell. Doesn't matter. Just shut it off and it'll go for a while, and then it'll decide to die. I guess there's some kind of circuit protection going off. Eventually I'm just going to bypass all this crap and just have a 12-volt power supply and a little rheostat, and that'll be a lot simpler. Well, it doesn't seem to care about what RPM you run it at. I don't know. Just decides it wants to die once in a while. Yeah, I can live with it. It'll get the job done. And then after that, I think, well, I got another control unit inside the house. I think I'll be switching over to that other one after this. Because this one has been around for a while. Been rained on, snowed on, generally neglected, just like a lot of the other stuff out here. Yeah. Now we got a coal fire, so time to get busy. And my lovely wife brought me out a thermos of tea. That was nice of her. Yeah, boy. Yeah, you can't even hardly see the flames. But that's what a coal fire is. You won't really see much flame off of it, unless you're sort of in the dark or it's in a little bit of shade. But out in the regular light, even like today, it's all overcast, you won't hardly see any flame. But let's have at it, I guess. Now remember, we're taking this and we're going to make one of them with this. So, first things first, can't get much of this into that fire pan. We're going to have to be kind of slick about it, I guess. Unfortunately, sometimes I'm not very slick. So, what the heck? Let's just try. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Well, I'll figure it out as I go, I guess. I can always straighten it back out if I screw up. That's a little better, having some heat. And you know what? Even if you don't know what the heck you're doing, it's still fun to make a fire like this and pound on metal. Just, you know, don't hurt yourself. I have hurt myself pretty good already. Getting there. I think I'm going to have to cut a couple of notches out of this pan so as I can get longer pieces in there. I don't know if this is going to work. I kind of don't want to do it because I like having this, and last time I had an old kitchen sink where I had notches cut out of it, an old cast iron one, and sometimes you'd get coals falling out of it. But it did work for long pieces like this. It was pretty good. Alright, let's give this a try here. That bends over just like friggin' Play-Doh. Careful. how high you grab on there. There's a nice little hook. Now I can get a little more of this in. Yeah. More coal. Gotta be careful. Make sure you treat everything like it's constantly hot, because it might be. I've done it. Grabbed a hold of something, and it wasn't red, but it was certainly hot. And you just build up a big pile right over that whole thing. And that whole length ought to get good and red. Okay. How are we doing here? Looks like the batteries are okay. Alright, for now I guess you get the basic idea. Heat it up, shape it around, kind of smack it into what you want it to be. But, well, I'm going to work on this handle, and after that I'll show you cutting a piece off and making the spike and the hook on the other end. So, till then, we will be back. Alright, I changed tack a little bit. I decided instead of trying to bend each little curve out at one time in that little fire pan, because I really don't want to cut notches in it unless I absolutely have to, I just made a big circle. And I'll weld that together right there. I wish I could hammer weld it, that'd be awesome, but I'm not that good. Maybe in time, but I'll get that welded together and then just bend it right over there, and you'll have that circle sticking off of the top nicely, and I'll flatten that out so it's more like that, and then I can get to making that hook. Alright, so yeah, not the most incredible looking piece I've ever done, but where you grab is good and square with the shank. So now all I got to do is start drawing that out into a spike, and then I'll put a hook on the end, and that'll be pretty much that. I don't know, I might fine tune this a little bit, but the pigs at the point where they get to meet this thing, they're not going to care. So, and I guess whatever bug my old treadmill motor had decided to work itself out, because now it's running constantly. Won't do that shutting off thing no more. So that's a good thing too. Alright, well, I'm going to wait for that to cool. I don't know what kind of steel this is, whether it's high carbon, probably just regular mild stuff. But when you're doing this, you don't really want to water quench your steel unless you plan on annealing it afterwards, which is sort of heating it up just a little bit. I don't know exactly how to explain it. I know how to do it, but explaining it is another story. But if you just water quench it when it's hot, it'll get real brittle and it'll shatter like glass. It won't have any flex to it anymore. So I'm just waiting for that to cool down pretty good. I can touch it. I probably could quench it at this point, but I don't know. I'm drinking my tea and having a cigarette. So yeah, I'll show you drawing out this spike, and then I'll show rounding it off, and then we'll then we'll be pretty well done with that. Okay, so I got the piece heating up, and I'm gonna start drawing out that spike. It's just about red. What you do when you're drawing, oh shit, there she goes. Not quite yet there. Give me a minute, will you? All right. Anyhow, when you're drawing something out, you lay it across there like that, because if you look, I don't know if you can see, but this anvil has a crown, sort of goes like that. So when you hit something down on it, it kind of squashes it out that way and that way. It's sort of like if you're driving a chisel into a piece of putty or something. But that's what we'll do. And you do that a lot, and eventually you can either stretch something out, you can make a spike, you can do all sorts of neat stuff. But let me set this back here. And my battery is getting low, so I ain't gonna do this for a lot, but I'll show you a little bit of it. And this camera is setting on something that's kind of crappy right now, so it might shake around a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, getting hot. And like I said, first I want to make this into a square. And try to keep hammering over the crown. And this will stretch it. And also square it off so you can make a nice spike. I don't know if you can see or not, but it's already starting to go into a nice form for me. And for those of you that know, this is a pretty good anvil. It's not even mounted or nothing, but it's got plenty of bounce to it. And it's getting cold, but there you are. That's roughly a square piece there. And now, just keep doing that, and I'll have a spike before too long. And I'll show you that later. Okay, so you can see already just after a couple minutes, that's I think I heated it 3 or 4 times, maybe took 5 minutes, but that's already starting to draw out real nice. And now all I got to do is just keep working out at the end here. I don't want to make this spike too damn long and slender because it'll want to bend easier then. I want to sort of just come right out to here and then drop it, you know. But I do want a good sharp point on it, but I don't want it real long and skinny. I want it kind of stout, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I think I might be able to finish it up on these batteries, at least finish the spike. I'll heat it up. At this point, that spike is getting real skinny, so it doesn't take long at all to heat up. Just do me a favor and imagine right now that I'm saying something real interesting and some cool anecdote or something, because right now I got nothing. I'm just concentrating on what I'm doing. You'll have to bear with me a little bit. I can dance. I screwed up. That's enough of that. If you don't need to see that, I apologize. Okay, yeah, see that heats right up, right out there at the end. Only problem is it also cools down real quick. So you got to move fast. And that's almost there. And she cooled down. Well, watch this. Give her a couple seconds. Probably just 10 seconds and I'll have that tip heated up again. Well, alright, 15. Getting dull, but it didn't get good in cherry. And as we all know, guys like cherry. Ha 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 ha! That's a funny joke, isn't it? I think it's about time for me to switch to a smaller hammer. And I'm getting just about there. Yeah, smaller hammer. Okay. I don't know if that slag stuff hurts anything. I just like to brush it off. You got to watch that stuff too when you're pounding. You'll get a layer of stuff on the outside of the metal called slag, and it'll want to fly off as you're beating on your piece of metal. So my suggestion would be you probably want to have some safety glasses or something when you're doing this, because of the flakes of coal flying around. You got pieces of slag, cats, I don't know, all sorts of other stuff. Yeah, that don't take long at all. Just even this whole thing out nice. Draw her down. And I think the rest of it I'm probably going to do with the file. Now, see that? Got a nice little spike there. Now that's not as sharp as I want it. I want it pretty damn good and sharp so you can just go in and sink this sucker right in and go to work. You didn't have to worry about trying to hook and rehook and rehook. I want it to go in on the first shot every time. So, that's my batteries. Actually showing full battery, that's weird. It was showing halfway down before. Oh well, if it wants to work, I'll let it work. Now, I want to heat that whole length of the thing up and bend the hook around on there on the horn. And besides a little file work and maybe some wire brushing and stamping my initials on it, that'll be that. It'll be job done. Now I'm not getting paid for it, and I'm not expecting to be paid for it. Well, I didn't ask for any money, because the guy, it's my father-in-law first of all, so you don't, for something stupid like this, it's easy enough for me, and this is fun for me anyhow. I like doing this. I like having an objective. I mean, sometimes I come out here and just beat around, but I like it better when you got something clear that you're supposed to do. Let me see if I got a good shot of this horn. There we go. That's better. Oh yeah, alright. I like it better when I got something clear in mind to do, instead of just pissing around. So I don't know. It's always good to even piss around though, because at least you get more confident with your hammer strokes, and it's something that keeps you busy, and it is fun if you're into this type of thing. Now it might not be for you, but maybe sometime if you're out camping and you got your campfire and you happen to have a hammer for driving your tent pegs in. Maybe you got a big long piece of rebar that you're using for a poker, and you know, you could actually even use a rock just for pissing around. You know, you could take that piece of rebar heat it up in the fire and beat on it on a rock. Okay, here we go. Here's my big hammer. All right, now we're gonna bend this right around the horn, just like that. Okay, now come back over to the face, or I forget what that term is for the main part of the angle, but you can see where I'm at. Hang on, a little bit more there. And big hook. Whale worm on a big hook. What the heck was that stupid movie? I don't know. The Crow or something. Yeah, The Crow, I think. Okay. Now, I'm just going to pound straight down on it. And that'll bring our hook a little more closed. That ain't looking bad at all. Let's see. Now this hook's a little more open. I think I'll open it up just a touch. Just a bit. Okay, now it's kind of, you see it's kind of worked. We got to straighten that up. Yes. Not bad, I think. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to make some more, give that some more hook. I don't want just a little nib sticking in there. I want them to have a good bite on it. How's batteries looking? Still good. All right. Oh, boy, that is hot. The slag, it mocks me. All right. There, that there, that there. Okay. This should be hot. Yes, it is. But not to where I want it. I want it hotter farther up the shank, farther away from the hook, so I can give it some more hook. You know what? I know what I'm thinking, but I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, so just know that. I suppose we all get that. Sometimes, well, there's guys that can explain stuff to you, and they can really make you understand it. But I'm definitely not one of those guys. There goes the neighbor. Pretty good people up on this mountain. I can't complain. Especially most of them. You know, this place is pretty much the junkiest spot on the mountain. Even the junkyard, we put him to shame. We did have a junkyard over here. And you could bring pretty much anything, washers or an old car or whatever. And he'd take it. But, yeah, we got lots of stuff. I think 8 or 9 road vehicles, counting that RV, that camper in the background. And, got a golf cart, got my little tractor that I built. Oh, I'm counting my Scout too. That was a road vehicle, so that counts. And we just got a whole bunch of other crap laying around. It's nice to have it a lot of times, but it sucks when you're looking for something and you can't find it. Then you go out and get one, and then you find it, of course. Okay, this should be. Yeah, I want her hotter up this way. Oh, yeah. And she's hot. Oh, give it a little more. There, that's more better. I wonder if I should close that up a little bit, or... First I'm going to
straighten this out just a little bit, and then I think I'll close this in some. Maybe. But I'm definitely going to straighten out the very end of it. Because that's sort of how this one looks. It comes down into its curve, and then before it finishes off at the end, it sort of straightens out. So that's what I'm going to do too. That's right there. Almost. Okay. Now we are rolling. Straighten this. That's just about right, I think. I believe that's just about how we want it. Well, we gets it. Alright. Maybe a little more straightening and maybe just a little more. I got nothing much to do today, so I want to take my time on this. I want to make it good. Because for the in-laws, when you're doing a job for them, you make it nice. I mean, that's true for any job, but you do it nice. Especially when the brother-in-law sees it, because he's going to be picky. Plus, it's just good to do things nice. Don't you think? Alright. A little more. Straighten her out. Okay. Now I definitely want to close it up some. We're getting there. We're just fine-tuning right now. Be about done except for a little bit of filing on the point. And ship it off to Daddy-in-law. Well, I hope I can upload all this. I might have to cut some of this crap out. It's probably going to take a year to upload this video as long as I've been going here, running off the mouth and tweaking and screwing around with this thing. Okay. Close her up just a hair. That's close. I think that's just about where we want it. Let's compare here. That's pretty dang close, don't you think? I believe that's about it. Alright, well, till next time, and thanks for watching all this crap. Talk to you later.